Have you ever been told that your lead in dancing is too rough, or you're a little bit stiff, or that it's very hard? So if you ever heard that, or you've heard somebody else say that about somebody else, there are reasons for that and it varies. So in this video, I will explain what it actually means and whether you should be concerned or not about these remarks. Hello my beautiful subscribers, Rasa the dancer is here, and this video is directed for all, but mostly is to help out the leads to understand what does it mean when the follower is saying I'm too rough, or it's too stiff, or it's too much, or you're hurting me, or all of the rest, and how much of it should I listen to? Because there's two sides of the coin, as they say. What actually happens and how to deal with it. This is the video for you. So listen till the end and hopefully you can get some points that will help you to figure this out. We will start with the obvious. So of course, if you are rough, usually it's when you are dragging her around, squeezing her hands, and you are being a little bit forceful in the movement. If she's resisting, you're still trying to make it happen. All of those things, of course, they're causing her pain, discomfort, and nobody really enjoys it. So usually that, of course, we try to avoid. How does this happen? First, it could be a personality thing. If you really just, overexcited and determined and like, I'm gonna make it happen no matter what, and you don't really feel the state of your follower, whether she is on the same level as you, whether she is not happy, not smiling, maybe she is resisting you. All of those are signals, and if you're not paying attention to any signals and you just have your own agenda, that's the personality that comes out, and that's something that you need to reflect, yes? Another thing that might be happening with these cases, maybe your technique is falling behind. You're putting thumbs on top of her hands because you don't know, the technique requires you not to. Maybe you have missed some of the classes of how to raise an elbow when you're turning her, instead of just pushing into that turn with your elbow down and bumping into her head. Maybe you don't know your own power, and so you think you're doing it light, but you're actually using too much power that your follower can handle. Those are techniques. So you can look at it in these two cases, whether my technique is up to scratch, and if it is, we're going to talk about that in a second. But that's the first thing. Check the boxes on your technique. The things that the teachers mention and the things that they say are not good when you're leading a follower because they cause them pain or discomfort. So if you check those boxes and you kind of clear yourself from that, also check the personality thing. Am I actually noticing my partner enjoying it, or I am just doing it with my own agenda and just going in routine and not even actually being in the moment and understanding what my partner is going through? So that could be the second checkpoint. And if you check those boxes, usually that's when some of this is not checked. This is where you become rough and maybe you're not even intentional about it, but this is where the followers feel it the most, and it's usually universal, and usually most of the followers will agree on that lead. So a lot of the times, different women prefer different things, but the rough ones we all agree upon. So those are the checklists to start with. Okay, so now we're gonna go in murky waters. All right, that first point is really clear and straightforward. These are now beginnings of the murky waters. So we're going into the discussion of different women, or I should say followers, prefer different things. Okay, some like it a little bit more because they feel like they're taking places. And some people, like me, hate that, and I like it super light. Because I am a very good dancer, I say it myself. So when I have too much power, it requires me a lot of control because you give me a little bit and I'm already off. So too much for me, I don't like to be thrown around. I feel like I'm just skating across the dance floor rather than actually having control in my dance. So how do you know? You know, if you talk to me, I'll be like, that's a little bit too rough for me. And if you talk to somebody else, you'll be like, wow, I love dancing with you, exactly what I needed. And that's the murky waters right there. Nobody can help you out here. You have to discover it for yourself. And this is when we say that's an advanced dancer. There's a difference between being in an advanced class and knowing how to execute advanced moves. There's a different thing to be an advanced dancer. You need to learn how to adapt to the person you're dancing with. If you ask me to dance when I'm leading, what do? First, I assess my follower. So I do some of the basic stuff and I can feel the energy. I'm telling that person, wow, so light, yes? Oh, wow, I'm doing this double 10. She went through it, no problem. So then I'm gliding, I'm flowing. I don't need to suddenly go, huh, you know what I mean? But then if I'm dancing with another person and it took me a little bit more to make them go around, you know, it took me a little bit more to take them to the side or whatever. Okay, I might, you know, I might use a little bit more energy, not power, but a little bit more energy to make all of that happen. So there's no saving grace. You have to become advanced dancer, you have to now, from doing the moves, you have to make those moves suitable for each individual person. And every single one of them is different. So that's the murky at its best. Now, we talked about our list, the things, technical personality that we can check, that is quite obvious. Then we talked about the murky waters, how in order to actually be an advanced dancer and to understand more of what's going on, you have to adapt your dancing to individual person, no matter how difficult it is. That's what advanced dancers do. And now the other point of it is how to kind of manage the situations when you feel like you need to be rough, but you really would like to avoid it. So there's different things like, first of all, if you're dancing with a follower who is super heavy, followers, listen up. If they're super heavy and their technique is not very good, you feel like you need to throw them around. But actually, you just need to travel more. So instead of pushing them around, move yourself around a little bit more. Instead of making them travel all that distance that you think they should travel, move out of the way a little bit quicker. Go in front of her a little bit quicker. Try to, for the turns, you're going to have to apply a little bit more power, but afterwards, slow down into another combination. You don't have to lead them exactly the same as you would lead somebody who is light to dance with. So you don't need to become that person who just now holds on to somebody and throws them around. You can actually just travel a little bit more around yourself and let them do their thing, because the alternative is you whether gonna push them around and they're just gonna think you are violent, or you're gonna actually hurt yourself, because every time when you're trying to push them around, it's difficult. So consume your energy, travel a little bit more around them rather than pulling them around, and that could help you out. Another thing is try to, you know, with the followers who, for example, don't connect with you. Their hands are a little bit loose. Again, followers, listen up. Their hands are a little bit loose. The connection points here, they just kind of slip away from you. You don't have anything to hold on to. Then it doesn't mean you have the right to hold on to their hands. You can sometimes tighten the grip, but it doesn't mean that you need to do these, you know, holding tight positions. You can shorten the distance of the moves. You can shorten your arms to keep the distance smaller. You can actually maybe avoid doing the moves that expand her to the other dimension and focus on a little bit smaller moves. And maybe that's not going to be complicated combinations, but you will try those combinations on another person. But you have to, again, find ways to actually avoid being rough, even though you feel like you're being provoked. Because what happens is you don't realize, but you could be super light lead. But if you dance with somebody who's a little bit heavier follower, and then you are a little bit, tensing up and you a little bit more rough with them, when you're gonna come dance with somebody who's really, really light, you carry that to that dance. It's hard to shake it off and become light again. It's really difficult. You have to kind of breathe through it and just readapt. So try not to go into a default of just grabbing and making it happen no matter what. Make the moves more light, shorten your arm connections, travel around them rather than pushing them around, so that you wouldn't become rough. You just learn how to adapt and just do everything a little bit lighter. And then when you go to somebody who's light, you won't carry all of that baggage on your shoulders. So those are my 2 cents about rough lead, right? There's many different situations that could occur, and I hope this helped you out to assess maybe your own situation or what you have heard followers say to you. Now, if you have any questions, that's what the comments are for, or if you have anything you want to share, it would be amazing, because a lot of people reading these comments, and actually you're not just helping me out, you're helping other people out. So leave a comment, let me know what you think, share your story, and of course, subscribe to this channel so we can keep growing and I could make more awesome videos for you. Now, I'm gonna leave you with more videos for the leaders. Check them out, and I will see you very soon.